another protest I went to 2 years ago, was the fact that people were being, there was such a polarization between the people and the police. It's almost like an us and them, and I don't think that's really intelligent either, to kind of polarize against the other side, because then you're just as bad as the other side.
In Santa Fe, New Mexico, a bold experiment is underway to change this stereotype. A series of mediated dialogues are being co-sponsored by the Department of Peace Initiative and the Santa Fe Police Department.
I was determined to make it a positive experience and to have a positive outcome. And I was determined not to get into the right-wrong scenario, and to use this as an opportunity to create better communication and a new consciousness here in Santa Fe between activists and police. And so I asked for mediation. We finally came up with an agreement, and part of the agreement was that we would have police-citizen dialogues.
That we're cooperating, they're cooperating, and there haven't been any untoward incidents. And, it's good. It's good. I think, it shows the positive features of dialoguing.
From the Department of Peace, it's the Voice of Peace Award to Chief Beverly Lenin for everything you have done. We love you.
Thank you. The real gift here is if we are able to make a difference so that we never go back to that place we were at Santa Fe High, or in 1993, or otherwise. And there are wonderful people in this department and out in the community. Mm-hmm. And if we can just be that link for them to work together, and everybody see what they are capable of, then we've been successful.
Working together to design an effective dialogue requires activists and police leaders to come together in an atmosphere of cooperation. Questions are designed to elicit genuine responses from the participants, ultimately revealing similar core values and building a sense of trust.
If you could correct one erroneous assumption or stereotype about your role, what would that be, and how would you change it?
Activists and police meet to learn the rules of the dialogue, and the mediation process begins.
Well, for you all to be willing to come, for you officers to be willing to come to do something that doesn't have a certain outcome, doesn't have a product. We aren't stacking hay, we aren't building fence, we aren't digging the garden. And that's been the trouble with peacemaking forever, that you don't know what you're doing. You're creating something that's in the air. It's something that's light as a cloud, and you can't tell if you've really done it.
So when you look at your world today, what is your greatest concern?
This part of my life, I think I'm afraid and concerned most of the future of myself and the future of our world and our environment and our education and our government and just the future in general of our whole world. Because I'm the next generation, it's my biggest concern right now.
A few different concerns. The main one being is terrorism. 20 years ago, you never had to worry about flying from point A to point B. And today, when I travel, I always worry. I worry for my family when they have to go places. And the thing about terrorism is it's just, basically the way I perceive it is it's a lack of communication between groups of people, groups of cultures of people and whatnot. If people could sit down and discuss their problems out civilly, if countries could do that, I don't think we'd have nearly as much violence as we do today.
Police officers also are, you put your lives on the line just like we do. You are protecting the laws that were created by the society that was created by the original freedom fighters, the original activists. So in us coming together and us respecting you and the work that you're doing, and then you in turn respecting us to understand the work that we're doing, we are rebirthing this democracy and these ideals.
Is that when we first started in that room, walked in, The activists were on one side of the room, the police were on the other side of the room, and you could have cut the tension with a knife. But as time passed, and as everyone got to know one another as human beings, and really truly came to understand that we are not that much different. We're doing what we're doing, and activists are doing what they're doing because we all really care, and we're passionate about justice, about standing up for those who can't stand up for themselves, and about our community.
I thought it was very, very constructive, and I really thank our chief of police for setting it up.
A lot changed. We got both sides of the story, I think people understood each other. But yeah, it was a good experience, and I was glad I went. I learned a lot.
Really?
I really did.
Well, I felt that essentially we were both on the same road, trying to prevent difficulties and trying to have a congenial affair where we would cooperate with the police department and they would cooperate with us, and everybody would be having a beneficial experience that way.